Sup, Braz? This is MegaSean45 here, and welcome back to my Half-Life 3 Theory series. I hope you enjoyed the Dr. Kleiner theory. Still plenty more crazy conspiracies where that came from. Expect major spoilers from Half-Life Alyx in this one. If you're ready for this, we're going to talk about that mysterious woman that appeared in Half-Life Alyx. Theory number 2, the female scientist theory. Now, we know next to nothing about this character. All we know is the scene that she was a part of and the commentary that came with it.
Why can't you do it? Well, then who is on board?
Eli, come here! What is it, Russell? Listen to this.
Whoa. Shh.
Okay, well, go get them. You took over the entire planet in 7 hours. How is this taking so long? Oh, no, fine. I can wait. Oh, sarcasm. Well, I'm thrilled you thought that. Yes, that was sarcasm as well. And just to remind you, the thing I need to talk to your boss about is how we're running out of time. Well, what about if I went and got my supervisor? Would that move the needle on this thing? No, that's the point. I am my supervisor. You're killing me.
What am I doing here? I should go.
Hi.
Wait,
Okay,
shh.
great. Finally. Hi. We need to move. The thing is going to be place up all over again. Well, now I'm telling you it is ready. Look, if it's still here when she gets there, he's gone. What in the history of today makes you think you're going to stop her? Look, this guy we've got in there survived Black Mesa. He raised holy hell and then just disappeared. We finally caught him and you're just going to let him go again? Move the box.
Survived Black Mesa, then disappeared. Eli, they do have a super weapon.
God damn it, Russ, they got Gordon Freeman.
The final twist of the game presented quite a few storytelling challenges for the writers. The game is long, much longer than a movie, and the surprise reveal of the G-Man at the end felt almost impossible to sustain over the entire experience. Everyone on the team assumed that through basic deduction, most players are going to figure it out along the way. So the solution, like in most good stories, was to just add more stuff, more details, more questions, and more nooks and crannies to the plot. The writers quickly realized that there was one big distracting name, Gordon Freeman, that would pull the players' attention away from any theories they may be cooking up on their own. We then realized that we could use the absence of the G-Man in the story, in the eerie parallels between the G-Man and Gordon's experiences at Black Mesa, to redirect player attention and propel the story towards the final act. If the player thought they had uncovered a new mission to save Gordon Freeman from stasis, then the twist at the end could be secure. To pull it off, the writers created a new, mysterious character, a scientist collaborating with the Combine. This addition came late in the project, so the writers relied on another tried-and-true tact. Base the character on an actor we're fond of, and then do our absolute best to cast and record with that person. The chosen actor had struck a particular tone with the writers. She has an easy, in-command confidence, and a smooth southern Missouri drawl. This not only sets her apart from the other characters in the Half-Life universe, but makes the character easy to hear on the page, which is incredibly important when time is short at the end of the project. And once she was in the studio, her pitch-perfect performance assured us that we'd made the correct decision. Of course, then the scene still had to be built. Level designers figured out what existing chunk of level track could be bumped out to fit the scene. The area we chose previously held some barnacles and a few light puzzle elements, which the designers weren't upset to lose. The level track had to be altered to funnel you into a place where the scene could unfold and the player could eavesdrop without getting a good look at the character. This served two purposes. One was that it would benefit the mystery for the scene to feel furtive and for the identity of the character to remain secret. But also, we could shroud the performance and the intricate facial animation necessary to bring a character to life, all in shadow for the animators and the choreographers. Like in a lot of cases, not doing the work was the correct thing for both the story and our tight shipping schedule.
I swear by the wizards if they name her Karen. She also has an unfinished 3D model in the files. So basically, all we know about this character is that she's a confident, snarky female scientist who is working with the Combine. And she goes by the code name The Collaborator. Very mysterious name, but we also seem to know that this character is aware of G-Man's existence and by extension knows his weakness. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to get captured. Like, how can this random woman know about G-Man's weaknesses? No other character in the Half-Life series except the Vortigaunts knows about them. So, it's either this woman interrogated a Vortigaunt to get this info, or this lady might be more than what she seems. Quite frankly, this woman is so confident in herself that she is able to talk down to a Combine advisor. I don't know who she was talking to before that. Maybe Dr. Breen or maybe a lower ranking advisor, depending on how the advisor system works. But she seems pretty confident in herself and holds herself in a very high-ranking position, probably rivaling even Breen himself. We know Breen holds himself in a high-ranking position because he represented Earth for its surrender to the Combine after the 7-Hour War, and therefore got rewarded in a high-ranking position. Obviously a puppet position, though. But other than Breen, the Collaborator is the only known human to work closely with the Combine. So what's this lady's deal? Well, Valve writer Eric Wolpole, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, who's been working at Valve since Half-Life 2 Episode 1 and was involved in the Portal series, says that future plans are in store with this lady, but nothing else was shared. Which I think is a good thing since this lady has such an awesome personality and a lot of character and a lot of potential for the future. Since she apparently knows G-Man's weaknesses and Eli wants to take him down, if the Collaborator finds out about that, she'd probably be willing to take full advantage of his desperateness to get Alyx back. The Collaborator would probably be quite persuasive to Eli to the point where he'd do whatever she would say in order to get to G-Man. The player might know how untrustworthy she is. This would be more like how long would it take for Eli to get to his senses to know that she cannot be trusted. Probably not until it's already too late. If she can capture G-Man once, she can probably do it again by other means. Only this time, she'd have Eli's full support. And as long as the Collaborator can keep Alyx away and Gordon doesn't get smart, nothing could stop her. Nobody knows who this woman is, so nobody would recognize her. Except maybe the player, if they played Alyx. But for those who didn't, they're probably gonna not have the foggiest on who she is. Even if Gordon does know better, she might find a way to either keep him busy or get him out of the way, lure him into a trap. I'm not exactly sure how the player could exactly trust her, though, but odds are they might never. But if she'd have Eli dance to her tune and have G-Man in her grasp, Gordon might be forced into a difficult situation. Nobody knows who this woman is, so nobody would recognize her, except maybe the player if they played Alyx. But for those who didn't, they're not gonna have the foggiest on who she is. She has a lot of similarities to the original Dr. Helena Mossman, the prototype to Dr. Judith Mossman. It is unknown whether or not Helena was fully a Combine spy or was a double agent like Judith, but I got the feeling a lot of Helena's original story elements and personality is going to be put into this lady, causing me to think that she's going to be the director of the Resistance base in the North Pole, maybe Kraken base. So that's practically my theory on what part she may play in Half-Life 3, a Combine spy within the Rebel ranks. But I'm not done! This theory is not over until I say who this lady is. Well, I believe she's not even human. She's in the middle of the QZ with ease. How can a high-ranking Combine official be in a dangerous area like that? And how does she know G-Man's weaknesses? Well, who or what would know G-Man best than another G-Man? That's right. I believe the Collaborator is actually a G-Man herself. However, the Combine are her clients, and G-Man, we know full well he's not working with the Combine. Otherwise, he wouldn't have gotten captured. Now, of course, we can say that G-Man let himself get captured, but the fact remains the Collaborator still had the means to capture him in the first place. The Collaborator may easily be G-Man's rival, and the possibility of being amongst the main antagonists of the entire Half-Life saga. This lady might be G-Man's main target, you know? Like, we don't really know what G-Man's plan is for Earth or all his potential all his clients like Gordon and Shepard and Alyx. And we also know that we don't know who his employers really are and what his main mission is for Earth. But for all we know, this lady could potentially be the main person responsible for the Combine invasion of Earth. The Combine did take advantage of the portal storms to be able to locate Earth in the first place, but the Collaborator might have had a hand in telling the Combine what they need to know about Earth. Breen is a scientist, not a politician, as it says on the newspaper. It's kind of weird how Breen would know the exact words to win the Combine over, unless he has the speech level of 100. I don't want to exactly say that G-Man told Breen the words the Combine wanted to hear, because I don't want G-Man to be responsible for every mysterious action that happens in the Half-Life series. The Collaborator, on the other hand, since she works with the Combine, she could potentially be the answer to Breen's negotiation. All of this is pure speculation, of course, and we know next to nothing about this mysterious person. But if we're gonna take into consideration her status and all she knows, not to mention having the G-Man be taken down a notch with her, she could be an even bigger threat than anyone could ever imagine. The Combine could very well be a red herring to our true villain of the Half-Life saga. I mean, if it's not her, it's gotta be this guy, right? I mean, look, this dude could jump universes and start off in certain locations and end up in others. His only weakness being vehicles. So what do you think about this theory on the Collaborator? What are your theories about her? Let's discuss this in the comments below. Stay tuned for more Half-Life 3 theory videos soon. Talk to you later, alligators, and I'll talk all about ya. Thanks!